Do we have a motion to approve those?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Who? Josh?
Josh, second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that carries. Takes us on to finance and budget. Any questions there, we can direct the finance director, Carla.
Make a motion to approve.
We have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, that carries. Tonight, there are motions of general business. There is no motion for general business. That takes us to mayor, staff, and consultant reports. Mayor's report. City of Stewartville would like to send their sympathy out to the families of Laverne Radke, Tony Presnell, Bernice Grathwell, Elaine McCleary, Mary Rath, Michael Cochran, Patricia Pratt, and Alice Hardkey. Oh, happy 75th birthday to Sharon Minke. Congratulations to the new owners of Subway, Craig and Krista Bell. Thank you to John and Ellen Spells for the 28 years they've been at Stewartville. Helping Food for Kids, you can donate to the package event at Fairway from now through February 8th. Don't forget POG's 2020 Fun Night will be held on February 22nd. Club 26 tickets are now on sale. Free tax assistance for low to moderate income families will be held on Thursdays at the Civic Center. Contact United Way for an appointment. Check the Stewartville Star for more details. That'll take us on to the City Administrator's report.
Reports in your packet. Only thing to highlight during the winter months here, we're trying to play catch up on a whole bunch of little things at I think just about every building. And then since the Florence Park Pavilion will be closed for the summer, just from safety access standpoint because of the construction project, we're dressing up the SYAA building because we're steering everybody out that way to use that in Florence Park's pavilion instead. That should do it.
Any questions for the Administrator? All right, that'll take us on to Finance Director's report. Carla?
All is going well, trying to get everything through the end of the year done and get ready for the audits. And just, there's been a lot of reports and things that we had to get to the state and just going through and all of that stuff.
Any questions for Carla? All right, thank you, Carla. Public Works Director, Sean?
The report in there, we have received our new plow truck. Guys are using it. It's worked well. They're happy with it. A couple small different changes in the cab. We just move things around and make it a little easier, but very happy with it. One other thing on Bill's note with the SYA building, I have received 2 bids, one from a local, which was Jeff Byrne, to redo the floors in there, and one from the guy that did our Civic Center. And the guy that did the Civic Center is coming under Jeff Byrne, so we recommended probably going to use him and get the floor done there in the bathroom of City Hall and the sewer plant also.
Any questions for Sean? All right, thank you, Sean. Tell the guys thanks. No city engineer's report tonight. Library director's report. Nate?
Above and beyond what's in my report, our documented reading program is going extremely well, and we're off to a good start in 2020.
When's your first meeting?
It is in February.
Okay. All right, any questions for Nate? All right, thank you, Nate. Fire Chief's report, Vance?
I got the preliminary 2019 report done. It's in your packet. Just 2 things, just quick items on there. We had 5,498 staff hours to the community last year, and we responded to 536 calls for service in 2019. 3 other things we've got. The 3 cadets that we have on the fire department. I don't know if you saw it on the news or not. Rochester has a cadet program or a firefighter 1 and 2 program for high school students. The 3 cadets from Stewartville have been going through that program. They completed their firefighter 1 training last Saturday. They'll be doing firefighter 2 and hazmat operations in the spring. The thing that's going to come out of that, I think I brought this up in the past, is the rural departments are getting together to provide that same opportunity to the rural children. So Stewartville, Byron, Dover, Yoda, Chatfield, some of those will be getting together and providing this through the educations for the schools, or the schools will be providing that. We'll actually run it for them. There's really no cost to the department. It's all paid for by the schools. So it's an opportunity for kids to learn a trade or get exposed to a trade that they may not have to go to college for. So just kind of see if we get some more kids into that. The next thing I've got is we did receive notice from Stewartville, Mississippi regarding the ladder truck. It will be going on to auction at the end of February. Since the apparatus group has gone down, taking a look at it, they've been kind of looking around the country for other trucks just to kind of get a gauge on how this truck compares to everything else. They are going to ask that I bring forward a request to go up to a little bit higher. So they want to go up to $300,000 or $350,000 for a bid proposal. They're still kind of working on that number. I've talked to Bill about it. We'll bring you a formal RCA at the first meeting in February for you guys to consider it. They're just trying to figure out exactly what the value of the truck, where it should go. So the chief down there has told us there's a couple other departments that come and look at the truck physically now. So there's a little bit of competition there. So they're just trying to figure out where we should be with our bid once we go forward. So they still think it's a great value. We'd like to move forward with it, but we'll see how the bidding process goes when we get to that point. And then the last thing I've got is me and the treasurer with the fire department will get with Carla here in the next couple of weeks. We got to develop our 2021 budget for the fire department for your review and approval, which leads into the 2021 contract. So that we get those out to the townships. They meet in March to approve their budget, so we just want to make sure we provide them that information before that time. That's all I got.
All right. Any questions for Chief? All right, thanks. We'll be looking for that RCA next time, Brian.
Yep.
That'll take us to our committee commission board reports. Chamber of Commerce, nothing in the packet tonight. No one here. EDA, HRA.
I missed last meeting, so.
Yeah, that's right. We just had a meeting, so minutes will be the next one. Finance.
We'll probably call a meeting here soon. Some of the financing things we're gonna look at, obviously, are the fire truck. There's some dollars the mayor and I talked about redesignating from national CD accounts into some of our local banks. So we'd like your consideration for that. And then some of these little projects we mentioned we're updating around, and then some that we foresee coming up here during the spring and summer. It's just have you all come up with some recommendations for Carl and I to present to utilize some of that funding for. So we'll just get a note out to the two of you on that committee, and then you can hopefully join in on some of these RCAs. So thank you.
All right. Library. Coming up. Park board.
Nothing.
Personnel. Nothing at this time. Planning and zoning.
You said meeting in March.
We'll have a March meeting.
March meeting. Public safety. We have calls of service in our packet. Jason, did you want to add anything that's been going on since you started or anything? Or?
Yeah, you should have the 2019 for December, and then also the full years for 2019, and then 2018 is just for reference.
Okay.
But if you notice, there's a 6,005 total calls for service in 19 compared to the 4,818 in 18, and the biggest difference would be generally everything's the same roughly, except for we had an increase in traffic stops to 1848, up from 896 from 2018, and that's due to a request of the city council asked for that increase. So looks like the sheriff's office was able to do that for you. And then also this past month, we've January 20th, we did the community awareness forum down at the high school and talked about various topics there, including the DARE program, internet safety, signs of drug use, and then there's drugs in the community, and some sexual exploitation speaker was there as well. Also did the DARE graduation for the 6th graders last week with Deputy Aviana Torkelson heading that. Several of the sheriff and several of the deputies were in attendance for that as well. And then just to mention one last thing, that we have 2 new hires that still in the early phase, so they're not going to be on the street yet, but pretty soon you should be seeing a Sean Cooper and a Wyatt Trester coming through, so a couple of new faces will be seeing. That's all I have.
Okay. Any questions for Jason? Thank you. Public Works.
Nothing.
Ready?
They just met last week, or
Just today.
today. So those minutes will be forthcoming,
Roll call,
and ROCOG was last week, and those minutes.
Stu 180. Transit Advisory Committee's not here tonight.
Nope, Dan called in though, and it looks like he'll have a report for your next meeting.
All right. No communications. Takes us to open mic. City Council welcomes and encourages participation from community members. Anybody wants to step up, go ahead. You got 4 minutes. We probably won't do anything about it tonight. All right, everybody wants to use the open mic? Takes us to our final motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn if nobody else wants to.
You got a second?
I'll second.
You got a second? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned.
That's good, so I
I got 9 minutes.
Oh, yeah, sure.